from Poison Rock, and I have the pleasure to have with me, finally, after 1 year of planning the interview almost, Jemina and Henri from Noiduin. First of all, how are you
Hi.
guys?
We're good, thank you. How are you?
Congratulations. I'm good. It's a Saturday afternoon, finally raining in the south, finally.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And of course, congratulations for the new single, Nouse. It's
Thank you.
really good. I mean, and I know that it's some preparation for another video clip, a new album. So things are starting to move, and looking
Yes.
forward to more. But we're here at least to get to know for people from, let's say, Poison Rock side, Noiduin. First of all, just easy, really in a short way, as you prefer, both of you together, apart, your own like personal spiritual journey, which is the main thing, and of course a musical, which are, I think, connected as well. Oh, hello.
Our cat wants to be part.
Bring her. We need a. Hello. Which is
Here
her
is
name?
Murri.
Maria, hi.
Yeah, so sorry.
Okay, now we love animals. So I was asking about your own like a spiritual and musical background journey. You can say just talk each one of you separately or the same together.
I don't really have that much
Yeah.
musical background. I haven't done that much before Noiduin. I mean, in my youth, I had some metal and rock band projects, but I think I kind of always lacked the courage to do music. So I think Noiduin has been sort of this journey for me, you know, like a musical awakening
Yeah.
sort of way. But then spirituality for me it's more of like understanding myself, being connected with myself and with the nature, and
Yeah,
you know, kind of understanding my place in this world.
that's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have been playing mainly guitar in several metal bands, mostly black metal bands and thrash metal. But I felt like I wanted to make this pagan folk music as well, and that's when me and Jemina met, that we had a similar interest
Yeah. So
in music. And spiritually, well, I don't consider myself to be a spiritual person, but then again, I'm not atheist, so I don't know what I'm, some sort of agnostic, I guess.
yeah, of course, let's say that the main spiritual things that we all in the world, at least in this world, share is the connection with nature. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's something that exists. We saw it, and we can't say that it's not real.
Yeah.
And of course, like the Noiduin, the name itself, as far as I understood, means like casting a spell.
Yeah.
How these and influence your own music, and in which way?
So in Finnish folklore, we have a lot of spells. Like they have a really significant role,
Yeah.
but they're not like exclusive for shamans, but more like tools for common folk.
Yeah.
So like for everyday life, you have a spell for anything basically.
Yeah.
So in our music, sometimes we use the actual spells, but
Okay.
also like try to evoke the sort of spiritual atmosphere of the
Yeah.
Finnish folklore.
Yeah. We do lyrics ourselves.
Not
A li-
always.
Not always, but a little bit too. And maybe more in the future, who knows? Because even though there are a lot of spells in Finnish folklore, now that there are new bands coming, it feels like everybody is doing the same thing and maybe having the same lyrics. So that's
Maybe
why
you inspire
to
them.
evolve.
Maybe you inspire them. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's good because what I think is that people that knows about Finnish, let's say folklore or mythology, what they know is just the facade, like the outside, which is just the Kalevala side thing, and what they know is only, like what the Western world knows, just the normal side of mythology. That's why I wanted to ask you, like, about based on, of course, your own folklore, you being living there, what is that is different from what the people knows? Because it's not only like gods and this and that. There's more, I think, in the Kalevala that we don't know. And because I speak as any ignorant, so
yeah, definitely. Kalevala is like not a small part, but there is a lot more than Kalevala in Finnish folklore, and it was more like everyday life that we are interested in, like how to talk to the spirits, and that every object or animal or basically everything in Finnish folklore had a spirit, and Kalevala doesn't talk that much about that.
No.
So it just mentions like gods and deities.
Yeah, and as far as I understood, there as well outside Kalevala, there is you can tell me here that if I'm wrong or right. For example, while I was talking with you, you mentioned about something like, for example, in the folklore, in the tradition, if someone get, I don't know, for example, hurt by something, or I don't know, let's say an animal or a tree, has to kind of almost not talk, but kind of cast a spell to the tree, like talking about the tree's born, how that bear is born, kind of paying an homage to it in order to heal, for example. That was a beautiful thing that we don't know. We just I'm in the south of, I'm in Sicily, so I'm not part of Europe for my mind. So let's say that in Europe, in the world, they don't pay this much attention, at least.
Yeah.
So, and that's a beautiful point of view, because you're paying homage to what is surrounding you. And speaking always about this, let's say anthropologist, or super long word, but it's just to be correct, and of course to correct, especially because I don't like to talk about mythology. It's just for kids, just for kids.
Yeah.
You have like this, because of course, like the figures of the witches and witchcraft in the Western world, it's always seen the same way. The woman that was haunted by Inquisition, that one that was I don't know, wearing a hat, whatsoever. How is for example, how is the figure of witches and wizards different in the folklore in Finland?
Well, I think the Finnish witch or seer, it's like this shamanistic figure, the shaman figure, and its roots goes somewhere in the Siberian shamanic traditions.
Okay. So even connected.
And they were like these healers, yes, but they also helped with normal day-to-day stuff, like hunting and farming and marriages and stuff like that. And respected figures,
yeah. They were definitely respected and not hunted like later in Christian parts of history, but they were like big part of the community, and they were really respected, and they were offered gifts for helping people in everyday life.
And that's important, because as we see in the Christian world, that's only see in the negative way, or they only see as a fashion, we can call. So we should see as and I like the healer as well part, and when I think as well like a wise person, so someone that people can go and talk to for asking for help, guidance, which is the different things about witches that I don't like all this Wicca, pagan things. I'm too old. As in Sicily, we have all the roots and all the tradition and all the ritual, for Greek, because people forget about it, that Greece is not only I don't know, Zeus. There are different older ritual, like we have our own witches that I don't know that existed. They were, I don't know, praying Saturday or Mitra specific. So that's important to find out the roots of your own country instead of looking always for the other ones.
Yeah.
And changing just a little bit topic, because we're not changing that much. One thing that is really beautiful, I think, for me in Noiduin, and that's that you wrote a song about kantele. Kantele is a beautiful instrument that I saw from another musician called Anetta Aga, that she mentioned to me that was from Estonia, but I know that that's from as well from Finland, and you do your own instrument, so you build your own, you craft your own instrument, Henri. So that's important. It's a beautiful. Okay, I want one now because I wanted to buy one. Just really, how much is? Of course, I want to talk about your building your instrument in your own music. How much, because it's important. It's like putting your soul in your own music too. So it's a double, let's say, more spirituality. And about as well like kantele, because I know that kantele has a big, like a big part in the folklore too.
Definitely. The song we did is a cover song from Amorphis, the song My Kantele, and they actually took the lyrics from an old Finnish poem book called Kanteletar, and they translated it in English. But when we did the cover, we of course took the original Finnish version, but we used the same melodies and composition that Amorphis did, but of course we did our own thing because we played with kantele and jouhikko and
exactly,
and drums and stuff like that. And I made the lyrics from, they deny, because in Kalevala it is said that Väinämöinen made the first kantele from pikes, like jawbone, but the poem denies that and says that kantele was actually made by man from the ills and pains and sorrow and stuff like that. And you're right, when you're making instrument yourself, it's kind of spiritual thing itself, because you pour your heart and soul to it, and I really enjoy making things with my hands, like instruments and stuff like that. It's definitely like spiritual thing.
And I think as we're playing live with it, it's beautiful, because you're not only playing, like a recording or play your music by yourself, but when you play live with your own instrument, and especially because then people want, of course, to come and of course buy the instrument and other instrument, and it's important to tell as well to the people that you do that as well. I think for other people, if they ask, it's not only for Noiduin. So if I want a kantele, then it's a beautiful green kantele. Am I right? That's beautiful. Congrats.
Thank you.
And I suppose the same thing is for the jouhikko.
Jouhikko, yes. I build jouhikkos and also drums and these are cow horn flutes or horns. But with all these instruments that you make yourself, like you do it with your own hands, so you obviously you pour something of yourself into the instrument, and it's something that you can't get from a instrument that you buy from a shop. Like you build this for yourself. It's unique, and it's yours.
But the people that is just a small, I don't know how to say in Italian or in Finnish or in English, whatever, just opening a small part. If the people really want to reach out and ask you for an instrument, they can reach out on Instagram for that, for example. In your the band page on Instagram, they can do that from there as well. Okay. Because maybe there could be one like I want to kantele. Since we are here speaking about that, it's good to promote as well your activity. But like we were talking about, these instruments, they come from the wood, and wood is related to the nature. And I know that especially in your music, I perceive a lot of connection with nature, not only with folklore. And I want to ask you, nature has any big impact in your music, I think, as well.
Nature sure has a big part in our music because we use old spells and reflect old Finnish beliefs and culture. And as us Finns have always been deeply connected to the nature because our land is mostly covered in woods and forests. So, and as I mentioned earlier, that we believe that every thing has a soul or spirit or some sort of power to it. So nature has like a lot to give, and you have to respect everything and ask for permission to use wood or whatever.
Exactly.
And it almost feels like it's the connection with nature, like it's written in our DNA or something, because it's so automatic with the Finns. Like we all love nature.
But it's important because people, the world, we always forget that nature is what make first give us life. Second, give us the peace, because we don't understand. But if you, everyone, I think even if the most skeptical person goes to walk into a forest or in a lake, well, close to, or just even walk into really in a river, they can feel peace. It's even scientifically proven for the most, like, I don't believe, you feel that. And it's like I said, it's something that you can't deny. That's it's a big part in our life, and people always forget how to respect. So doing that with showing that as well with your music, or with in general in the world, should be more people like you and other people in the world. Like if you come in Sicily, you're gonna cry probably, because you see trash even in the woods. In some woods, there is trash. People go to eat there, and they leave the food there, the plastic there. It's and then they burn it because it's too much. So it's normal. We burn it. It grew up, and it's not good. And then you ask why we have all these big event in the nature. Because I think nature is claiming their own spot. Say, wait, relax. But one of the other beautiful things that I loved is that I'm really close with the wild animals, because I think each one of us has kind of spirit animals that guide us. And now there is the bear. There is in your song, in a Finnish culture as well. There are, what about it? Because there's a beautiful story about the bear in the folklore in Finland, but not only, even also the moose. And there are other animals, like even birds. So I want to leave the word about that, because something that I don't see covered a lot in music about animals.
Yeah, so bear is the most sacred one of our animals, the king of the forest, and it was believed that bear is a divine creature. It comes from the skies, from the stars. And there's like lots of different beliefs and rituals related to the bear, but definitely lots of other animals.
As you mentioned, there's moose is in Kalevala, and of course swan that is guarding the river to the underworld, Manala or Tuonela, and of course snakes played a big part in Finnish belief also, and that's something that I relate to.
Okay. Well, if you want to talk about it in a deeper way, so it's it's interesting because it's important to know as well.
Yeah, because snakes were believed to be able to travel to the underworld and back, and therefore they could be used by the witches or shamans to gather informations.
That's beautiful,
like that. So they were like, Finns were having pet snakes way earlier before it was cool.
So people steal the idea from you, like you know it, what to use as the snake.
Yeah.
But then, of course, the world was created from bird's egg.
Yeah.
And like we spoke earlier, there are spirits everywhere. Every animal has a spirit, and when animal dies, its spirit stays on the skull, and the skull will offer protection for the seer.
Okay.
And that's why we have lots of skulls in our art and in our live shows.
Yeah.
So
And about the skulls and bear, there was this ritual, because if you were supposed to hunt a bear, when you kill the bear, you have to put the bear skull high up on the tree so that bear soul can travel back to the skies.
wow, so you can connect with the astrology, because as well astrology, there's an important part in the Finnish culture. Like the stars, I think that the bear form the sky that goes back to the sky form kind of a seven star, something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Something like that.
That's right.
So this kind of, but it's kind of coming. It's like the spirit is both in the world, in the living world of a human, but as well in the sky. It's a kind of bigger protection, let's say.
Yeah.
It's in the way they kind of sees, and of course, like you mentioned at the beginning, and many people know about the spelling. The spelling poem is important, and I want to if you can explain even more how much is important the magic, which role plays the magic in the spelling poem, because I know, if that correct me here if I'm wrong as well, if you say a spell or something like that, if you written down, it loses importance, meaning, so it has to be spelled instead of writing down.
Well, actually, I read about that. If you write it down, then it will last longer than you say.
Okay.
But then again, in Finland, we didn't write until like medieval times. So it was more like stories passed on generations to come, and there are certain like rules to the Finnish spell poems, and it has to have like 8 syllables, etc. But I'm not expert on the matter, and it's hard to explain in English. But
of course.
there are certain rules, and
That's it.
but they were mostly used for healing and asking for aid from the spirits and stuff like that.
Well, there are the like birth stories. They are spells also, but there's this like rhythmic quality that's important. It's called like Troic tetrameter or something.
Even in Finnish, it's not a problem. People, if they don't understand, they go to look for it. You can say, don't worry. Don't worry. So, and of course, but now there is new song released, Nouse. But and I read that in your website, and I read that like about, it's a really deep, meaningful song, and it's really vast, has a story. So I leave it the word to speak about it, because it's really important, especially in the moment that we're living right now.
Yeah, so we released it like 2 weeks ago. And it's about these spells where the seer asks help from the spirits of mountains and water and forests to aid when facing a war. And it's a very horrifying topic at this moment, but it's
the reality.
Like, it speaks about the connection with human and the nature. And we released a music video about it, and there are English subtitles. So if someone hasn't watched it, then go watch it now.
Yeah, of course. And there is as well another upcoming video that is gonna, of course, I don't want to ask you specifically too much, but what can you say about it?
Well, everything is a bit of a secret now, but we have been working on a full-length album, and we filmed the music video, and it's about what can happen to you in a forest if you're not careful enough.
That's cool. That's cool in a kind of way, because that's interesting to see. Let's say that's cool because it's not good if you're really in a forest and you're not careful.
Yeah.
But of course, I mean, it's the new upcoming album is gonna be, as it will have at least that something different from your previous work.
A lot more kantele.
Yeah.
Okay, more country. Okay. And but you have you as well planned some live shows in Finland at this moment, or you are focusing now on the album?
Yeah, I think next year we are going to have some amazing live shows, but I cannot reveal yet.
Because you played a couple of weekend the last week, Pagan Fest?
Last weekend, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the Pagan Fest, yes.
Yeah. I know everything. Even but the summer was Balklava, something like that. Some festival you played this summer, if I'm right, in Finland.
Yeah, Pagan Fest.
Yeah. So you played but so there is the chance maybe that people can see outside Finland somehow.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, come on, of course. Let's be really positive, because of course you guys deserve it, and people deserve it to know more about this culture, because it's important to take off the stigma, that thing about Kalevala being just that. There's more, and that's why I wanted to ask you, to both of you, that if there are, even in Finnish, there are books that can talk about the folklore, not only the Kalevala, but even the folklore, especially the folklore tales, can be even in Finnish. People, if they don't know Finnish, they can go to take a dictionary and learn it.
Yeah,
because
we'll show you.
Okay, because I think it's important.
Well, there are many books, but this one is in English. It's called
Magic Songs of the Finns.
Yeah. Okay. So it's basically a spell book of ancient Finnish spells in English. So everyone can
understand
it and find out about Finnish mythology. And then this is really good book. This is Mythology Fennica, but it's in Finnish, but there's a Swedish version also. But it's like a encyclopedia about Finnish mythology, but there is somewhat Sami and Scandinavian things also, because it's really old book.
But if people, because some could be like people living in the opposite side of the world, and maybe they, I don't know, their grandfather is from Finland, their whatever, and always they maybe want to reconnect with their own with their own ancestor, because we always forget who we are. For example, I'm from I'm gonna go and like the Norse, like the Native American, but actually, who am I? So I think we are getting closer today to more who we are, our roots in our land. So who knows, people from the opposite sides of the world, even from, you want to know more and get to connect it. So if they don't understand English, learn Finnish. Come on. It's fun. Come on. I think it's important, especially if you are from another country, learn how to say correctly the thing, and if you don't know it, ask. It's a respect for each one of culture. It's always like that. And so at the moment we are waiting for the album to be the music video to be released. The album, when the album is gonna be released, we're gonna talk again about it, because I'm curious, and it's a really pleasure. And no one is shy here. We are all old bodies, and I want to just say really, because it deserves like a thanks to Jussi for helping us, and I know that he's a friend of yours too. You helped me a lot, and I think he said that he had a lot of fun last time at the Pagan Fest.
Definitely.
So thank you so much, guys, and he sends his greetings to you. So
thank you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
See you soon, and it was really a pleasure meeting you, Jemina and Henri. Really, it was really a pleasure.
Thank you.
And enjoy this Saturday and this weekend, and staying in contact with nature more than you can.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.